So we're out shaking bees today. That honey flow has hit and has hit hard. We have nectar flowing in and we're not going to be able to keep up to the flow coming. We got to get these excluders in and we got to get boxes on these colonies like right now. It's funny how things can change within days. And something to do with that is one of these yards here that this is the pasture that we had sown down to the native wildflowers. Sprinkled some clover out through there, and that clover is just pounding out the nectar right now. These seconds are all practically full. We got to get thirds and fourths on them right now. We have canola blooming across the countryside, just starting to bloom. These colonies are just maturing just perfectly, so I think we're going to catch this properly. I think we're going to get it right. We just got to be a little bit swift here, get these excluders in, get some more space on these colonies, and just capitalize on all this nectar as it comes in. So I continue to run these little trials on the supplement in my builders. These builders are done for the year and they're pretty much spent. As you can see, it's raining right now. I got rained out of my work, so not sure if I'll be able to get back at any beekeeping tonight or not, but I thought I'd just check on these hives. Carrie's going to be harvesting all the frames and doing the same thing she did last time, which is scoop out all the royal jelly and weigh to see what the differences are. I'm just curious to see how these hives have drawn themselves out. This is the negative control, so I have a negative control now. So there is no supplement, no pollen. This is a pollen hive, so all it has is pollen in the frames, and then I have a supplement one going over there. So I'm just curious to see, try to do this with as little disturbance as I can. This pollen trap has got some pollen in there. There's just a small, slow pollen flow up here on the escarpment. Down on the flats is blooming. There's advanced crop down here. Up on the escarpment, we're a little bit slower behind. So we have very little blooming right now, but a little bit of alfalfa and a little bit of clover and some wildflower. They are just about to cap those cells, so we're going to harvest that and see how much there is royal jelly right to the brim in these. The cells look really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 out of 30 on this one. This is the negative control with no resource. I'm just getting soaked here. I'm going to see what the pollen's done. We haven't even checked these for acceptance yet. It's not like us. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28. So that's typical Carrie for you. All these cups are absolutely brimming full of royal jelly. Wax is a little bit darker, but that might just be because the pollen frames, there's probably more darker comb in that colony than there is in the control. The control hive, we took out all the brood comb with pollen in it, and we dropped in honey frames, empty honey frames. So there won't be as much propolis stain in that colony as in this one. And that's kind of what you're seeing there. And my supplements over here. As you can see, there's a pollen trap in the front of this one too. And I also have a supplement and pollen that I want to take a look at. Oh, this is super white wax. Look at that. That's like snow white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So again, that's typical carry for you. And I'll just brush some bees off here to show you how white this wax is. This is on the supplement colony. So again, it might be basically because we took all the frames of pollen out of this colony. So there isn't going to be as much propolis staining. Beautiful looking cells. And they are, I can hardly tell from here, but they're all full of jelly. It's really nice. So we give them about half a pound and they've eaten quite a bit of that. So they did a very good job without any pollen in the hive. Now, this is the hive with pollen and... So this last hive was just supplement. And this hive is pollen and supplement. We like to keep our graft frame really tight, and it seems to help with the webbing. We can't get away from webbing, but we find narrower graft frame and tight against the other frames, not too tight, but just pretty snug. It helps us with the webbing issue. And what's going on here? Nothing. There's one cell going. So this is a flop. Something's going on in this colony. Looks like they were all started there. And that one has no queen in it. So I bet you there's a virgin queen running around inside this colony. Damn virgins. This time of year, whether or not they come from emergency cells on the frames are put inside here, or virgins flying in from other yards. So I have found they do that. It really screws our plans up, and I should have a excuse me, that smoke. I should have a excluder on the front just to keep these virgins out of the colonies, and I don't do that. So I kind of spoiled my plans. So this one's out of the test. I have one more pull in there. So this one is a strict pollen. Yeah, I run 2 pollens. Okay, so here's a pollen. Cells are a little darker, but I'm assuming that's because of the propolis staining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 out of 30, and they're just about closed off. Tons of jelly in these cells. Nice and nicer. Nothing wrong with those cells. So tomorrow I'm going to get Carrie to harvest these frames, whether or not she's going to have time to actually scoop them all out, because I've given her a big work list for tomorrow, checking back on nukes. So maybe we'll pull these frames and just throw them in the freezer, maybe, or the fridge or the freezer, and then weigh them out later. Or I bet you she'll find time tomorrow evening. I would put my money on that. And I'm curious to see, you know, the difference between the weight and royal jelly, between the negative control and between the pollens. We'll put the two pollens together, and the supplement. And I want to weigh the larvae to see if there's any difference in weight in larvae, see if there's any developmental difference, but I doubt it, because they all have this good amount of royal jelly in there. These queens are very well fed. But the numbers will tell us.